the first line of defence is people following the simple rules, the rule of six, hands face space, and then local restrictions if you've got them in your area.
His line manager at a lab today in Oxford as the Office for National Statistics announced that 6,000 people in England per day were newly infected in the first week of September, almost double the previous week.
Because you can shed RNA for up to 3 months, despite having the infection for only 8 days, we are potentially following people who are red herrings. You end up with this problem of false positive. You are identifying too many people who could have had the infection in the past. When you do a PCR test, you basically amplify the amount of RNA, you put it into a DNA copy, and then you exponentially double that amount of DNA. And that's called the cycle threshold. And the more times you do that, the less virus you start out with. And a cycle threshold above 35 generally is people who are not infectious, yet NHS England documentation that has not been updated since January runs cycle thresholds to 45, which is identifying people who are not infectious.
The coronavirus test, it measures only a very tiny piece of the genome of the virus. And if your immune cells have killed the virus, then you have debris, you have pieces of the nucleic acids in your blood and everywhere, and the assay can pick up these rotten pieces, and then it looks like as if you're infected. You're not. The most panic-inducing principle, namely that most media still speak about today we had so many new infections, which is totally, it's not true.
Well, the latest government figures show the highest daily number of new infections.
As the increase in the number of daily infections.
The rate of infections are growing significantly.
With what is clearly a second wave of infection about to break.
It's not true.
NHS England documentation that has not been updated since January runs cycle thresholds to 45, which is identifying people who are not infectious.